Okay, so we'll check whether it's happening. Okay, and I think we are live. We are live. So welcome everyone who is joining us this afternoon. Can you hear me okay? Natalia, can you hear me okay? Guys, put the thumbs up if you can hear me well. I'm so excited that you can join us today, because today I've got a very precious guest that I will introduce in a little moment. And for now, I want to not only welcome you, but also share about what we are going to be talking about today. We are going to be talking about how to nurture resilience and positive frame of mind on our journey to become mums. But really, I mean, this subject is for all of you who are inside of challenging situation in life, and you want to have a little bit of empowerment in how to deal with this situation. So welcome everyone. Wishing you good afternoon. And just very briefly, my name is Lucia Hogsa. I'm fertility coach supporting women all over the world on their journey towards motherhood. I do it with a lot of love and passion, as this was my journey for 11 years. And I'm now a happy mom of 2 little daughters that are sleeping next door. And now, very excitingly, I want to introduce you to my old dear friend, Natalia Gregova. Natalia is a phenomenal lady. She's on journey towards motherhood. She is my dear friend. Natalie, we used to dance together in London. We used to be almost like a family, right? We used to travel together. We used to have so much fun, and really it was wild, wasn't it?
It was wild.
It was wild, and it was a lot of fun. And Natalie now lives in Prague, and she's very, very successful lady who is, can I say that, who's working for a second richest man in is it in Czech Republic, right?
Czech Republic, yeah.
And she's phenomenally successful. And I want to thank you, Natalie, for joining us and for being here with us, sharing a little bit of your challenge, about your challenges, about your journey, because I know that this is going to contribute to so many out there. Your story is amazing, and I know it's got a continuation, but I chose you for this interview, and I really thank you from the bottom of my heart, because you are someone who always been inspiration for me in terms of how you deal with life and life challenges. And I can't wait to for my people to get to know you and to hear your story. So welcome everyone. And Natalia, if you want to say something, I'm giving you a word.
Thank you. Thank you, Lucia. And I also appreciate for bringing me here into this group. And what would I say about me? This is the first time I've done something like that, public speaking. How did I start? I was basically born with a very uncommon syndrome. It's a condition that affects probably like 1 in 5,000 women around the world. It's called Mrkh. You may know it. You may have heard of it before. It's still very unknown, and we are still trying to raise awareness of the syndrome. It basically means that when a woman is born with this, you have basically, it's a congenital condition with varying anatomies in each person. The typical description for type 1 woman is born with undeveloped reproductive system, meaning you have functioning ovaries, but you have no uterus, and you might have an absent vaginal canal, no cervix, and no period blood. And when I found out, I was only 15, so I was quite a young lady. Um, and yes, it was hard times. I'm not gonna lie, but I think it has made me the woman I am today. It has made me stronger, and it's been a difficult journey, but still a beautiful journey. And here I am. I'm still positive and smiling, and all I want to do is just to prove to women that whatever you're going through, you're not alone, and we all have some. There is no. I believe that there is no person in this world that's not dealing with some problem, and this is my problem, but still, I've learned to look at it like it's something that is part of me, and it was almost like a journey to learn to not be shy about this. And the older you become, the mature you become, and it's then easier to talk about. So that's why I'm here today, and that's why I'm open to maybe give you a little insight of my story.
Thank you so much, Natalie. And I'm absolutely bowing to you right now, because it's not only that you are turning your story around, and we will talk a little bit more about it, but you are also brave enough to, share and to contribute to people out there. And, I just want to say, for those of you who are watching us live, it is a huge courage to share about things. And I think we all have maybe something deep inside that we might not be, we are like a little bit hiding, like we are not proud about, or is our, how they say, like skeleton in a closet. It's not like our life is not like on a Facebook, right? It's not, we show the nice bits, but really, I mean, and we all have that. And, I really appreciate you sharing, because there is a lot of people, a lot of women out there who've got their own journey, their own challenges on the journey towards motherhood, or in general. And to be able to face it, to be able to talk about it, to be able to open up about it, and to, is almost what I'm trying to say is not how we've been born. In your case, you have nowhere to carry the baby, right? You have no womb. So and another things connected with it, but like, it's not how we've been born, or what kind of physical disadvantages, or background, family background. Like, I just came out of the coaching call where the lady was dealing with heavy alcoholism in the family, and the impact it had on the family, on her, her life. So what I'm trying to say, that we all have the story to tell, and it's not a perfect story, and it's not maybe perfect parents or perfect situation, or we have done something we are not proud about maybe we lied in life, at the time we thought is the best way to operate, and later we haven't been, like, I know I have these things. So this is really about resilience and about positive frame of mind inside of any circumstances, whatever is happening in our life. So thank you again for being here. And guys, I want to encourage you, because we are not a TV. I want to encourage you, and I see there's quite a few live people joining live, which is great. I want to encourage you to kind of give Natalie, like, send her a heart, give us a love, send us comments. Oh, I have a comments here already. Oh, sorry, I can't actually read them. Sorry, guys, because I will have a big feedback, but we will read your comments later, or I will find a way. Actually, I will put this. No, I will read your comments. I will just, sorry, put my phone on a silence. Yes. Okay, Lenka is saying the sound is a bit distorted. Can you guys? Yeah, and you've got a first comments here from Lenka saying, Natalie, you're super strong. Lenka, if you can tell us that the sound is okay for us to listen, to be listened to, that would be great. I hope it will be okay. In the meantime, we are going to continue. So, Natalka, tell us a little bit more about, like how it was for you, if you want to share this, how it was for you. You said like you've been 15 years old when you found out, right? It was something new. I mean, 15 years old is old enough to understand all these things. And it's also the very sensitive time in our lives when we are getting to know not only our bodies, but we are also trying to find ourselves these teenage years, like who we are, our relationship to the world, and so on. So tell us a little bit more about how it was for you when you found out.
Well, I had found out that I would never carry my own child and that my body was basically unfinished. And at that age, the best way I think I could describe it, how I felt, was probably grief, emptiness, being different, shame. I don't even know. I felt like I was from a different planet.
Mm.
And although this was happening to me, and I had to undergo some operation, um, I, I still felt like, okay, this is what happened to me. But I have wonderful family. I have support from everyone around me, from all the close people, of course, because this is something I would never share to any of my friends, because at that age, especially for a young woman who's got no period, um, you're at school and girls are talking about periods normally.
Mm.
Before the physical examination class, and it's a normal topic, and that's something that was normal for me. And already at that time, the fun thing I think it is was that I I started pretending that I had the same.
Yes.
I think that was already the point, and something that I was already strong there, and I was already kind of like making it up, like, oh yeah, yeah, I'm going through the same like you, just not to kind of put myself somewhere else where I'm not, and I felt like I wanted to be the same, and
Mm. You
that's
wanted to
why.
fit in, I guess.
Yes, and
Yeah.
and that's what happened was I just started accepting the way the how I was, and I embraced it, and I just knew that I'm different and I'm never gonna change it, and that's something I had to accept. So I accepted that, and I just decided to live normal life, and um, I think that the fact that I knew it so early, of being prepared for the life that I would never carry my own baby, that I would obviously it would be more difficult for me to um, to be able to have a baby. That the fact that I knew that I already knew it at that age gave me a long time to get ready, and I started already at that time. I started looking, I started doing Google searches, doing research, what I could do, what are my chances. And I then moved to the UK, to London, at the age of 19. I think that was actually the main reason why I left Slovakia for London, because I was living in a smaller town where not everyone knew everyone. It is bigger than it's not a complete village. It's a proper town, but people know each other, and I just felt like I wanted to get almost lost in a bigger world where you don't have to talk about it, and where you can find yourself. And the nice thing, what happened to me in London, was I got referral to the Queen Charlotte Hospital, and I've actually received the team there were so amazingly supportive that I received such a support, and I have actually met the other women with the same condition. So I have become part of a new family in London, and I think that again that made me even stronger. It made me that resilient person. Like I started accepting it, and I started talking to other women. We shared our stories. It almost felt like my story was exactly the same as the other lady's story. And we were all somewhere else because we all come from different places. Somebody might have a great support of the family, somebody doesn't. There might be someone who's just on their own and they've got nothing, nobody to talk to. But I had that support, and I was just looking to kind of just to talk more and share my story. And there I felt more confident and more comfortable because they were the same as I was. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. And the power of community, a lot of times, I think, is underestimated still. And it's
mm,
so huge. One of the reasons why I'm creating, I shared with you, Nati, that I'm creating these Sundays, like it's called Feel Good Sundays, every first Sunday of the month for ladies on their journey towards motherhood, because, my stand is that none of them is suffering in silence. And this is all that is about, is so important to talk about it. But of course, it's not easy, and so women don't talk about it. There is a lot of stigma attached to it, I think, still not so much awareness. So I mean, it's got amazing power when we open up, and when we connect with another women on a similar journey. Their story might be slightly different, but fundamentally, I think we are all dealing with something that, this very strong feeling is almost like Mother Nature calls you to be mom,
mhm,
right? And if there is an obstacle, it's almost like, what do you do when that one thing that you want the most in life, the one thing that your
mm,
heart is craving for, is just not happening, right? and
yeah.
and it can be a very lonely journey, and it's so important that, I'm really glad we are doing this Facebook Live, and thank you again. And that's why I'm bringing women together, so that they don't have to be alone, and doesn't have to be heavy, and the friendships can be created, amazing friendships. And just some of my clients that I connected just outside of the, now I'm creating community, which feels really good actually. But even these clients who spoke to each other once, like they became lifetime friends, and they have of babies now. So it's amazing to see like how this journey can be, yes, challenging, but it can also bring surprises, and very beautiful surprises, in terms of how you get present to your own strength, and how
Mhm,
it teaches you about vulnerability, and the other people, like lives of other people. And it shows you that we all have challenges, and it's only when we open up we are able to receive love.
yeah.
We open up this free flow of, because you could have been someone who kept on hiding it for the rest of your life, or lying about things, which is normal that you had to do as a teenager, right? But like now, it's actually enormously empowering, not only of course for all those women who are on this similar journey to you, to us, but also for you, because you own your victory over the past, I call it. And
Mhm.
I know your journey continues. So tell us a little bit about your plans, and what's next for Natalie.
Mhm. Well, as actually, I just wanted to say one last thing. When I was that young lady, before I even knew that about what was wrong with me, I was, and it's always the paradox, I believe, in life. What you want so much, you can't have. Or like somebody's got curly hair, you want the straight hair. Someone But there, you want that. So I wanted a huge family. I think I was like 9, and I was saying to my mom, I want to have 5 kids. My mom said, whoa, you want to have 5 kids? That's a lot. I said, yeah, I want to have a huge family. And that's when I found out, I knew that I might not even have one. I don't know if I'm going to have one. And I think like, I want to have, if I'm going to be happy if I'm going to have one baby. And what I've decided, how I want to proceed and to get what I wanted in my life, is there are possibilities of surrogacies, and because I have a functional ovaries, there's still a little chance that I would have my own biological baby. And I think that I know it's not cheap, basically, because you have to, unfortunately, it's something you have to pay for. But I found out there are some amazing clinics in around the world, like Ukraine, which is the closest country to me, and that's what we are considering, where we would like to try the surrogacy, and that's in Ukraine.
I just say for people who are, because we are so used to this language, right? But for people who are watching and not sure what surrogacy is, I just want to say that is basically if, like in Natalie's case, like she can't carry the baby in her own belly. I say it like with a 3-year-old language. Yeah, she basically is open to possibility for another lady to carry her baby. For the period of 9 months or whatever it takes. So and I want to ask you, Natalie, I have several ladies on board right now, even, who are going through surrogacy process. And technicalities of it, guys, if you're interested, let us know. We are happy to send you some details in the comments, because I believe that some ladies might be considering this option, as also I might not know how to go about it. So I don't want to talk about technicalities of it, because people can read about it, and it's on a Google. So let's talk about how do you feel about this process, because I often have ladies who are just considering like borrowing egg from another woman, and they already are thinking, oh my god, but how I'm going to they have this thing, but I wanted to have my blue eyes, and it's this thing, like when the baby will grow up, how I'm going to tell her or him that is actually not my biological child. And so I want to ask you same, like how, and it in your case it might be like you said, is still, but like how do you go about, and I know you had a lot of preparation for this, right, from age of 15, like some women just found out, like, oh well, you don't have enough eggs to, so you might, so every story is different. But what I want to ask you is that how is it for you to know that other lady will be carrying your baby, and how did you process it for yourself, and how does that feel to be open to this?
I mean, I know that I will always. There has been many times, where I was wondering, oh, why would you like to carry that baby in my own belly? That has a lot of times have brought tears into my eyes. But knowing that there is still a chance that I could still have that biological baby, I decided to give it. I decided to give it 100% in trying, and I have a strong belief. That's what I have in life. I have belief, and I'm not losing it. I never want to lose my belief and hope. So I think, I mean, I've seen loads of movies when I was younger, when I've seen the surrogacy movies where another lady was carrying a baby for that lady. And I know it's not easy process. I know it's difficult. The same for the surrogate mother, and the same for me as a Mrkh that who's at least giving her ovaries, trying to have that. I think it's going to. I think it's going to empower us both, because I think at the end of the day, the surrogate mother, I believe, is doing something something wonderful for somebody, for a mother who cannot have her own child, and I'm prepared to give her as much support to surrogate mother as much as I can. I've actually been hearing stories. I think this is what has brought me to that, and what has made me so confident that this is what I want to do, is because I I believe that it can work, and I believe that we can learn from each other. And I've been hearing, actually, when I was part of the organization at Queen's Charles Hospital in London, I have met loads of ladies and surrogate mothers who carried children for others, and they said they were helping women, and they've actually made friends for life. And I think this is what has proved it for me that I want to do this. And I'm also I'm also prepared that it might not work, because it not always works, but I'm always prepared that if this won't work out, which I hope it will. But I believe that, I mean, if it won't work out, if anything goes wrong, I know there is still a second option to have a baby, and that's the adoption. And yeah, I'm open to that as well.
Wow.
And even if that doesn't work out, then it wasn't meant to be. I'm just going to live life with my beautiful fiance, soon to be husband, and I will be helping children around the world in other matters, I think. And I have my brothers who's got beautiful children, so I'll be supporting them if that's the least I can do. It's difficult. It's not easy to accept it, but you cannot you cannot always look back. You have to look forward in life, and you have to just live for yourself as well. And I think you have to love yourself first. That's I think that's most important.
I listen to you forever. It's really amazing, you know, and especially to hearing it from you know, from you and with your voice, because, you know, like the challenge is big there, and this is, you know, often this is the thing that I think it works, and that's why I have absolute faith that you are so going to be a mom. I want to say that because you have that nice balance, and this is what I'm teaching my women. This is what worked for me on this journey as well, that you know, you have a commitment to be a mom. There is a desire, but there are no conditions in how or when or if. Yeah. And so there is no attachment, like if it doesn't happen, I will be unhappy for the rest of my life. You know, I love that, and it's so important, crucial. Please, ladies, those of you who are listening and are on your journey towards motherhood that is taking a longer time, please, if you take anything from this call, take this, that, you know, it is very, very important to have a balance between, you know, our commitment to be a moms and, you know, and not to have that attachment there, meaning, you know, if it doesn't happen, my life is doomed kind of thing. Like always kind of surrendering to the things that we don't have an influence on. You know, it is a roller coaster, right? This is a emotional and whole, even like IVF journey or even adoption, right? It's like massive roller coaster, because every day you receive a different information about the count of your eggs, or about the how many embryos survived, you know, how I mean, every day is giving you you know, different kind of information, and you need to keep on adjusting. And if we are in that ego part of us, which we all have, and we are saying, no, but it should have been this way, and it shouldn't be that way, and I should have been born as a normal woman. Yes, you know what I mean? Like, if you stay in that realm, we wouldn't be talking. You wouldn't be so successful in life. You wouldn't be this happy, smiley sunshine that everybody calls you, you know. Like, and this is exactly what we are talking about when we are talking about resilience, you know. Like, whatever happens in our lives, we really have an option. We actually don't have we don't have that many options about what happened in life. You know what is a funny thing, Natalia? I was just thinking about it the other day, is that many times we are so scared about things that might happen in life. You know, what if I lose the job?
Yeah.
Or what if I don't even want to say that. I'm not going to say that. But what if I, you know, what if anything, you know, like bad happens, or, you know, my husband will leave me, you know, those kind of things, because I can't have a baby or something else. And those things, most of the time, they don't happen. Did you realize that, guys? That those things that we are most scared of, or not scared of, but, you know, subconsciously we are kind of worried about, they most of the time don't happen. But what it costs us is our full expression, self-expression, and our experience of life. You know, when you're worried, you are not able to experience the joy to the degree that you would if you're free from fear. That's why a lot I'm talking to women about their fears, and, you know, we are working about how to, you know, process it in such a way that they're no longer paralyzing them. They might pop up. It's not like it's going to disappear. They might pop up because it's something based on a past, some experience, some wiring in our brain. But, you know, my stand is so it doesn't paralyze you. It doesn't run your life. So you spend your life, you know, in fear and worry and doubt. Yeah. And, you know, this is wonderful what you are sharing, because it's just reconfirming in the reality as well. I believe what you know works. And you are already, I mean, you are going to be mom, because that's going to be just the natural outcome of who you are being about this whole thing. Yeah. So, you know, yes, let's take our vitamins, like yes, let's live healthy life, but what is really important is our setup. And yes, you know, as you go through the journey, as I said to you on our other call, we had a call with Natalie, you know, there will be things that they might shake even Natalie. I mean, she's a human being. She's, you know, she's got, you know, same as me, same as anyone else. Like, I just got a message from one of my girls that her grandma passed away yesterday, and she was sending me, literally just popped out on my phone. I'm looking at my phone here. And she went to say goodbye to her, you know. Yes, so things in life, what I'm trying to say, they happen, and a lot of things we don't have an influence on. It just happened. But, you know, so, and nobody can prepare us for it. You know, nobody prepared Natalie for this kind of life, that she's going to be different than others. And to me, Natalie, I always, you know, I know you, I don't know how many years, probably like 15, 16, 17, something like that, many years we know each other. And I always had Natalie, I always had you as my little bit of my baby, because Natalie is a little bit younger. So on the festivals, I was trying to make sure you're around me and safe. Yeah, baby sister. No, but in a good way. I always had a lot of love and affection for you. And, you know, and what I was trying to say with this, I guess I was just trying to say that, you know, the more I learned about Natalie, her journey, the more it's confirming that, yes, it is about things that we cannot influence in life. And how do we approach them? What do we choose? How do we choose to be about it? Do we choose to hide and for the rest of our lives, and just, because we are different. We are all different, guys, like you and me, all of us. I mean, please put a hand up or give us a smiley face or whatever. If you ever in your life felt, I'm serious, if you ever in your life felt like you're a bit weird. I mean, I did, and not once, I promise you. I probably feel like that on a regular basis. And it's a wonderful thing, because when we share this, it's called humanity, right? It's called humanity. I want to tell you a little bit of story. Um uh Talking about resilience, I was in India, and there was a girl who I was almost as beautiful as Natalie.
Oh,
and
really?
and I always admired her, and I was very jealous of her. I was like, she's got everything I don't. She had a better body, she was more flexible, she was, she even attracted boys that I fancied. I was single at the time, like and I was jealous, and one day I was like, this is going to destroy me. Like, we've been in ashram there, and you have nowhere to escape. Like, you have to be with this person for a certain period. For me, it was several weeks, and I was like, no way, I am not going to, this will eat me alive, this jealousy. I hated it.
Yeah.
And she always put a yoga mat right in front of me, like a cross, so she was right in my face. Oh, but the thing is, like, I said to myself one day, we went out, all of us as a group, and uh and then I took her, it was 3 o'clock in the morning, almost sunrise, and I took her on the side, and I said, Petra, I absolutely hate you. I absolutely hate you, and I hate myself for hating you, because you're so perfect. There is just not one thing about you. I can't even be like, tell you like that you are pretty but you're stupid, because you're not. Like, you are smart as well. you know and you could, and I just want to say it out loud, because I don't want to be that way. And I was crying,
Mhm.
and I said, I just want to say that, because I still feel emotional about it. Because I don't want this to be between us. We are the only people from Central Europe, and we should be opposite, right? We should be like close, even closer
Yeah.
to each other because of this. And she looked at me. God, she looked at me and she said, we've been barefoot because it was hot, and I think she said, like, look down, like, look at my foot. And I looked down and I saw that she's missing one toe. And then she showed me her hand, which I never noticed before, because all I could see through my filter of perfection, seeing her as a perfect, was perfect, Petra. But like, on her hand, she was missing one finger too.
Mhm.
And it was something that happened. Actually, it's not even funny, but her mom was mowing the grass, and accident happened, and she chopped her couple of toes, and they had to have the surgery. And anyway, like, I don't
Yeah.
know actually details, it was years ago, but in
Mhm.
that moment, what is important is that first I was in complete shock, and then I hugged her, and we cried together. And I felt so close to her and so deeply moved about the whole experience, and the perception in my brain, how it changed, because I realized that she's human too, and she's nowhere near perfect, but for me she was, because she was so human, just
Yeah.
like me. And I think it's not only that I fall in love with her in that moment, but I also fall in love with myself and my own imperfections
Mhm. Mhm.
that I perceived as my own imperfections. So, I just wanted to share this story with you, because we all have something. And a lot of women, including myself, on the journey towards motherhood, I felt like I don't deserve to be mom, because I'm not healthy enough, and I used to
Mhm.
smoke, and I don't know, like, what else, like, I lied in, I, like, I'm not perfect, so maybe that's why I don't deserve, like, I need to do better or slim down, or to deserve the baby. And I just won't really shout out loud that it's not the thing.
Mhm.
Like the babies choose you because the babies choose you because you're a perfect mom for them.
Mhm.
And maybe just this is part of the journey to accepting our own imperfections and the weird things about us. And I've got a manky finger, I'm proud of it. Like I chopped it off also. I've got stories to tell. So we all have the weird thing about us, and it is deeply connected with resilience, because only when we, like Natalie said, accept it fully, embrace it, and own it.
Yes.
Like I
Yes.
own the fact that I have a manky finger. And Natalie owns the fact that she's got no wound. We own the fact that we are a bit,
Different.
sometimes different, or
And perfect.
how
That we are
imperfect.
not perfect. That's it. I think none of us are. And the quicker we learn to accept it the way it is, the better for us.
The better for us, because it will give us a certain freedom. And don't take me wrong, like I'm still on my journey to, even like I look at myself and I'm thinking, oh my god, my hair, of course it's always there, it's always there, but it doesn't stop me to show up on a camera. It's the easiest thing for me in the world. People judge, people are people, right?
Mhm.
And that's why I appreciate you are here also. So anyway, let's come back a little bit to subject of resilience. And I want to ask you, Natalie, because you are in general a very positive person, and I think to a certain degree you're born with it, and it's also your surrounding. I know a little bit about your family. You've been a dancer, and you had a wonderful support in a family, which of course helps a lot, like you mentioned it. What do you do when you don't feel positive? Because I'm sure, like we are all same, right? We have days when we feel crap. And so what do you do? What charges you up? What brings you back to not even like be positive, but then feeling fine again, like inside?
Um, when I don't feel well, when I'm not positive, a lot of times I call my mom,
Mm.
speak to her because she's my best friend, and I speak to her, and she most of the time she gives me that recharge, she gives me that power. She says, the powerful words like believe in yourself, don't lose hope, I'm here for you. None of us have good days every day, but you go to sleep and the next day you wake up again. You should be grateful just that you woke up next day. And I'm about appreciating little things. And every time I feel upset or sad, I cry sometimes, which helps a lot. But I actually like to talk about it. When I feel that something is wrong, I normally speak with my fiance, and we just talk and talk and talk and talk, and we could talk for hours. And then I feel like all of that stress has just got out of me because I just spoken about it loud, and I got everything. It could be something related to whatever happens in a relationship, or something that happened at work, or I woke up and I felt like, I would love to, I have because I have ovaries, I have ovulation, which is the good thing. And well, I'm not sure if it's a good thing because it makes me all over the place hormonally. But
Mm-hmm.
I wake up some days and I feel like, why me? Why, I would love to. I'm at the age of 34, and I would love to have my family. And I hope it's not too late, and I'm doing it now. But you cannot pick anything in life. Things come your way, and I also believe in destiny.
Yes.
I believe that if something is meant to be, it will be, and if it's not meant to be, it won't be. And things happen for a reason, and that's my actually motto of my life. So things do happen for a reason, and I even thought few times in life that maybe maybe that happened for a reason. Maybe I was born to help others. Maybe that's my purpose in life. Maybe. And, and sorry, I forgot the other question you asked me.
No, like how do you light back up? Like how do you come back to when things are not going right way, or you get a bad news, or you just feel crap, like how do you come back? And you said you call your mom, you are in communication with people, or with people close to you, that you don't bottle it down deep down. Like I can say also what helps is that when we are not feeling good, one of the things that help me every time is compassion with myself. Because, and I want to say this for those people who don't have a privilege of, for example, have a mom who will be disempowering for them, because there is a lot of ladies who, and there is a direct link also between your relationship and your mom. If you can't conceive or carry the baby to full term, there's a lot of dynamics in there. Like it's really important to sorry guys, I'm just trying to sit better here. Yeah, it's very important to look at the relationship we have with our moms. So my question was, if we don't, not all of us have a mom who will, unfortunately
give that support,
give that kind of support. So that's when being compassionate and even more, loving and like falling in love with ourselves, regardless of circumstances, regardless of, whether we are succeeded or not in life, that's the huge gift nobody can take away from us. And but I will say also that when things are not going right way, we have a tendency to do opposite, to punish ourselves, to say I'm not good enough. Like I had a ladies on board who, of course it's confidential, so no names, but who had abortion early on in life, and now they are finding it difficult to conceive, and they are absolutely sure that someone up there is punishing them. That's why, so there's a lot of stories, which of course, inside of the story is not going to happen, because you are being your worst enemy. It's not true.
Yeah.
But if in your subconscious mind something like that or similar to it is present, there is no space. It's like gate is closed. So yeah, like just speaking about what kind of things help us to be resilient and positive.
I think it helps to have a right mindset, and to appreciate the little things we have. And like I said before, it sometimes it takes a lot to love ourselves. But if we won't love ourselves, we won't love others. So it all has to start from within us, and to accept the way we are, and never lose hope.
Yeah, because anything can happen anytime, right?
Yes.
Like anything, like life is filled with surprises. Why, it's so important to open the door to anything being possible. Because if we are only thinking linear, like 1 + 1 is 2, which we have been taught at school, I appreciate that. But there is so much more to life. I think we all experience, and please share with us, guys, things that you experience that you never would say in a million of years, that this kind of opportunity will come your way, or you will meet this kind of person, or have this kind of conversation, or you will travel to this kind of place. And it happens when we open up to anything being possible. When we pick up that phone call and listen to our intuition, and we might not understand why we need to pick up the phone call and call that person, but we do it in spite of our brain saying, oh God, I will look so weird. But you do it, and another gate opens up, and from that gate another gate opens up. And this is how I love to live my own life. It's almost like when universe is knocking, is beautiful, this miraculous life, and it's a free flow, and that's the space where I love to guide my ladies, because in this space, if the babies are miracles. I think we all agree with that. Yeah, whether they are conceived naturally or not, or IVF or surrogacy, babies, and we, most importantly, the fact that we are here alive talking, we are miracles.
Yeah.
So really coming from this space, who are we to say that something is not possible? I mean, we are the actual evidence of miracles. So I love when you say don't lose the hope. Well, there's more to it. Like, I like to upgrade it to like allow yourself to be surprised.
On that, I like the motto, everything is possible if you believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that.
And so it really is about, if, and maybe some girls will be asking, yes, but Lucy, so I can hear them already. For those who are watching, it's like, yes, but Lucy, it's so hard to be positive. Maybe Natalie was born that way, and it was easy for her because she had the supportive mom and stuff. Yes, I mean, there was some things in Natalie's favor, and there were some things against Natalie. But the thing is, it's like this mixture of things that happen in our lives that are in our favor and against, and it's about, like, there are different ingredients, and of course it's different flavor, but we are determining how we are going to experience the taste.
And never lose the willpower.
I actually disagree with this.
Yeah.
It's not about willpower, because willpower is something, is like, I'm not going to smoke, so never. I mean, I'm not touching it. Oh God, it smells so nice. No, I'm not touching. That's willpower. I don't think it works, Natalie. I don't think what you have is willpower. Maybe it's just a language thing. What I would say is more of a, someone help me here. But if it's not willpower, it's more like determination, like desire.
Okay, yeah, that's better.
Yeah. I think that's what you meant. I just so
I
don't disagree with you. It's just the language thing. To be, because I mean, through willpower, actually babies don't happen, because that how it would look like, I don't know, like, let's have a sex, like now, 10:30, I'm ovulating, go in bed, trousers down, you bastard, you're late. It doesn't happen.
No, you're right. That was the wrong word I used.
No, it's perfect, because this is how it's perfect, because even mistakes, little mistakes, lead us to discovery, and to to actually acknowledging that, oh wow, this is there's nothing wrong, there's no mistakes, there's nothing that we can do wrong. It's just the journey. So
connection problem.
To wrap it all up, guys, I hope you had a good time, and please, a lot of people will be okay. So yes, send us the questions if you have any questions on Natalie, or if we can send you useful links, or if you feel like you don't want to comment, but put it in comments, but you want to send us a message I think Natalie would be quite happy, personal message, like in terms of whatever, to ask her or me. We are here for you, to support you. If would that be okay, Natalie?
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. So to wrap it all up, I wanna thank you, Natalie, again from the bottom of my heart, for sharing your story. I know this was not exactly easy for you. Natalie already, like 5 minutes before we went live, she was like, "Oh, really? Main profile?" Because I was thinking,
panic.
No panic.
It was my first public speaking.
And it was your first, and like I said to you, just be yourself, and you've been beautifully yourself, and I'm sure I'm not speaking just for myself, we all absolutely fall in love with you. So thank you for your bravery and everything. And to wrap it up, and to kind of give you a voice, is there anything that you would suggest women on their journey towards motherhood, who are maybe losing hope or just feel that the whole thing is so hard?
I would say never lose hope, never lose strength, love the way you are, and always know that you're not alone on this journey. You always will have support of other women. If you don't have it in your surrounding area, you might find it somewhere else. But there is always someone who's going on this, who's on the same journey as you are, and and I don't know what else to say.
No, that's perfect. And on that last note, what Natalie said, and thank you for saying that, we are creating the community of women that are going to be meeting every first Sunday of the month. Hopefully, Natalie, you are going to be there as well. I know you quite like the idea. I don't have, my assistant is preparing the whole, access to it and and the beautiful leaflet that to let you all know. But in the meantime, if you caught this message, send me a personal message if you would like to be there, so I put you on a list to make sure that details gets you. It's going to be very informal, like coffee in our pajamas, like Sunday morning, 10 o'clock UK time, every first Sunday. And we are just it's going to be free space where we can be just ourselves. We are going to share, we're going to laugh, we are going to get to know each other. You are going to have experience of not being alone, and actually, I think a lot of wonderful things will happen in this space. I want you to experience the power of the community and really being empowered by this community. And I have some extraordinary women who will be joining us, including Natalie. So warm welcome to all of you. Natalie, thank you so much. I promised you we will fit into 1 hour. We've got 2 spare minutes. Anything else you would like to say?
I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak out about this, and for believing in me as a woman, as a friend, and thank you for that.
I feel quite emotional now. And you know what, I not only that I believe in you, but I already see you with a baby, Natalie. I'm so moved about who you are. I love you to bits, and we all deserve to be moms. And I am celebrating with all of you. I just had one of my friends who is expecting twins, and I just got a phone call last week, and it's just amazing. It's proof again and again that miracles happen in our lives. And you, Natalie, are someone who is has been and always will be and is light for many people, same as me. So lights attract lights, and I just can't wait to see your baby, and because that will be same as us, right? Like bringing sharing the light and continue the torch when we are not here. Oh, that is another beautiful thing what happened on the journey towards motherhood, that ladies who's got certain time and challenges to conceive the baby, this journey has a capacity to make them not only stronger but even more beautiful human beings, who then have opportunity to bring another human being into this world who's going to be the gift to this planet. So thank you for who you are.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me here.
And thank you for all of you who joined us. Have a great rest of the weekend. We love you, and we will speak to you again next week on Saturday.
Have a beautiful weekend.
Have a great weekend. Bye-bye for now.
Bye, ladies.